Check it out. Now, let me keep it 100 with y'all, okay? Because I'm trying to remain fair and objective with reporting Meek Mill probation stipulations, hearings, or even his jail sentence, okay? Now, the reason why I'm trying to remain objective, we all want Meek Mill to be free. However, we gotta just expect and hope and hold the legal system to treat Meek Mill like any other regular nigga, okay? I don't expect him to get preferential treatment, because if he wasn't that rich, he wouldn't get that preferential treatment. However, I don't expect him to get penalized by the fact that he's famous, rich, black, he's a male, or any of the other circumstances that might hinder him in court, okay? A judge might look at him like, you're the face of all the ills of society in Philly, we're gonna punish you to send them a message. That's fucked up. I want Meek Mill to be treated like everybody else, okay? So when you do hear me not like kicking and screaming when he did get sent to jail, listen, unless the judge really asked him about that Roc Nation shit to get off the label and also, get off the management company Roc Nation and also, give her a shout out, which we just proved by my last story that was not true, the judge actually handled that case according to how she handles most cases that's probation-like, okay? Now, again, if any regular nigga goes into court, chances are you won't get 5 chances to violate. You get 2, max 3, then they send your ass to jail. So Meek Mill has been afforded some opportunities that I believe that broke niggas would not be. So, again, I'm not going to be sitting here like, free Meek Mill, free Meek Mill. However, we do have to look at the process of how he was sent to jail. Was that fair? Now, again, the judge and her asking him to do certain shit, we find out that was not completely accurate, but there's another angle that I previously reported. There was a clerk, and the clerk name was Wanda Shivari. Apparently, this clerk said, yo, Mick, could I holler at you for a second, bruh? She passed him a note, and the note said, dog, I ain't gonna read the whole note, but basically the gist of it was, yo, my son, this is his last semester at VCU. That's a college, and if his tuition ain't paid, man, he's going to get kicked out. I got bad credit. I don't got that money. And to be honest, I can't even take a loan, man. I'm looking for a fucking donation. You got all these goddamn shiny chains and expensive cars and mansions. How about you just pay my son's tuition? Now, when I covered that story, I said flag on the fucking play. You know why this is flag on the play? The clerk is really within the judicial structure. And I get it, the clerk doesn't decide if Meek Mill goes to jail or not. However, the clerk is integral and very important in the whole process of making sure everything is done correctly. So, again, the judge might not be on some bias shit, or maybe they can't prove that yet, but if we're hearing that the clerk is asking a defendant, keep in mind, Meek ain't showing up to court like he's showing up to a concert or the Sixers game. He's showing up as a defendant. So if the clerk is asking that nigga for money, I think that's a severe infraction. Now, it was actually proven that the clerk did ask Meek Mill for money. She got fired. She's the fuck out of here, all right? Now, what does that mean for Meek Mill? In my opinion, I believe they need to reevaluate every inch of his case. Is he really deserving of being in jail? If we're hearing that there's certain employees within the court that was asking him for money, we got to now look at what that employee or maybe other people who think like her may have done, that because he didn't give them money, his case ended up like that. Again, I'm not blaming this on the clerk for him being in jail, but we got to revisit every single thing to make sure somebody didn't fuck him over in the process. And that's what's going to happen now. You got to keep in mind, Meek Mill is in jail for 2 to 4 years. Imagine the audacity of a fucking clerk. You go to a goddamn court for a probation hearing and you're facing 2 to 4 years in jail. Actually, not even jail, prison. And a goddamn bitch is asking you for money or donation for her son's tuition. Nigga, fuck your son's dream. Fuck your son's tuition. Fuck your son. So I think that's just severely egregious, and I do believe something has to be done about this. Does it necessarily mean Meek has to come out of jail? I mean, if we're just hoping for the best, you would hope so. But being fair, that might not be the case if everything else was done correctly. However, at the very least, they have to revisit every single thing that went on in Meek's case to make sure where he's at now, he's deserving, because there are some corrupt or some people within the judicial infrastructure that did not have his best interests at heart, okay? Or at least were opportunists just trying to get cash. That's fucked up, okay? Even if you fire her, what about the nigga in jail? We need to find out what's going on with that. It's a very complicated case. I hope Meek Mill holds his head. I hope that he is eventually vindicated and he could get out of jail. And I'm hoping that he will be able to continue his career, but it's a long road to that. And this is a W for him, even though he caught possibly an L with the judge not saying what he claimed she said. All right? Get a comment, Max. Make sure you guys like them, subscribe. You guys got to hit that notification little bell. Please, you got to. Also, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Hit me on Instagram if you got comments about the story. I read them there, okay? It's your boy, Akademiks.